And we're back with the show. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here at the Pop Culture Cosmos. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I know we've had a little bit of time off from your regular TV updates. I know we always talk about it here on the show, but we miss her so much. She reached out and said, "Where's my TV updates?" I was just getting prepared. August was a little bit slow on the front side, so I was giving her some time off, vacation, to relax, prepare, because guess what? The fall TV season is now upon us. And it pretty much started with She-Hulk and, of course, what's going on with The House of the Dragon on HBO. And those two series are off to successful starts. But what's coming up in September? A lot of good things are coming up in September. And Dawn Fobbs is back. You got to go ahead and check out what she's doing today at the Mother Daughter Ish podcast. Again, Dawn Fobbs, she's here with her picks. Dawn, great to have you here. Again, I wanted to give you some time off to relax, get into the flow of August. It was, kids going back to school and all that good stuff. But you know what? For us TV watchers,
Yes.
the fall TV season is here, and there's a lot of good things to look forward to. And I know you have your picks on what you would like to see and what you think people should see and check out in September.
Absolutely. So I know that you mentioned that we wanted to discuss what I think is phenomenal, and now you also know murder in the building. When I looked at the cast, like I was telling you, I really believe that they have a mixture for everyone. They've got Steve Martin; he's a man of a certain age. They've got Martin Short, and then they got to the younger group. So they have like the Selena Gomez, Cara Delevingne, and some other actors, Andrew Domingo. And I'm just saying to myself, when you can mix it up like that, you're going to get a great audience. And that's their season 3. So I kind of feel like by the time they get to season 3, they might have a chance.
Absolutely. Well, Only Murders in the Building has become the biggest success story in the history of Hulu, one of the longer running streaming outlets. And it's had its share of okay shows, it had its share of some of successes before with The Handmaid's Tale, which is coming back for season 5. That's one of their big success stories. They've had some other shows that have been somewhat notable, but no show has resonated with an audience like Only Murders in the Building. And after season 2's big surprise and big cameo leading into a season 3 regular spot for Paul Rudd, it looks like this show is getting bigger than ever.
It's going to get, but you know what? Just that genre alone of murder mysteries, it just always gets such a popular, any kind of murder mystery or anything. Like, for example, right now on Netflix, Jamie Foxx is playing, he has a show called Day Shift, and his wife in there is Megan Good, 2 great actors and actress. And it is so awesome. And it's something that I didn't think that I was going to like. I turned it on one day. I got ready to clean the kitchen. I go, okay, I'll have something to watch while I'm in here. And I was like, well, Jamie Foxx is in it. He's from Texas. I got to support, my guy from Terrell, Texas. And then I started watching. I go, oh, Megan Good's in it. And I go, start really watching it. And I was like, this is so cool the way they did this vampire movie. I wasn't expecting. So people love the murder type of, mystery type of thing. So I think that's why Only Murders is also getting picked up, because that is a popular genre. Okay.
Well, absolutely, and it's also received its share of critical success and acclaim, because right now it's up for over 15 Emmys. So it's got a ton of Emmy nominations. So it's really something a lot of people are resonating with, a lot of people are liking, and not only is it a popular success for a network that I've kind of been down on over the years, because the fact that they've been around so much longer than other outlets, had a head start, and really didn't do as much as that they should have with it. Now they've got Disney supporting it. Now they got Disney owning most of it. Hopefully they'll go ahead and coordinate that. But again, a big success for Hulu, and it looks like for season 3, it's getting only better and better.
Yeah, and the competition is getting really, really fierce, because if you think about when they start talking about who's the biggest in the game, and when they name like Disney Plus as number two, it's like they really think about it. They have not been around as long as like Netflix and all of that. Their app is only a couple of years old. So they're doing something right. And I
Yeah.
think that by them being diverse in their programming, like people were so upset when they brought the Kardashians over there. Now, I personally have never seen one episode of the Kardashians, but I know it's popular. And I questioned why would they take it over there too? And then it's like, oh, okay, so they're going to be doing some programming over there as well. But I think what they're doing is they're appealing to be a bigger monster than what they are. Like, let's start off with Disney appealing to all the little babies and the kids that love all the Disney shows like The Little Mermaid and all that. Okay, now let's add in a little bit of reality. Let's add in a little bit of mystery. I just feel like within the next year, they're going to be the number one streaming. I really think that.
Well, again, Disney Plus has started in the past few months, started to garner and showcase more adult
Yes.
programming, which I think
Yes,
is going to be
yes.
yeah, that's going to be the key to their long term success. I still think at some point in time, Hulu is going to have to merge, similar to what we're going to see
Oh,
in
you
next
think
summer with
so?
Discovery and HBO Max. Hulu,
Uh-huh.
because Hulu right now, only, still, even with the success of Only Murders in the Building, has 1/4 of the number of subscribers that Disney Plus has. To
Right.
combine
Okay.
them and ESPN Plus and a Hulu and Disney Plus, get them just over the hump over Netflix subscribers at 220 million, but that's combined. So right
Mm,
now
mhm,
Disney is at 152 by itself. That's
mhm.
nothing to sneeze at, and that's absolutely,
No.
like you said, they're the one of the top 3 streaming
Yeah.
outlets out there.
Mhm.
If you include Amazon, because
Yes,
well,
yes,
you
Prime.
kind
Yeah,
of have to include Amazon now because they have a ton of programming now available. But again, do most people buy it for what they use it for? What do they use it for mainly? Is they use it for shopping. But
for
as
shopping.
we're getting into September, people are going to start checking out Amazon more and more because one of
Yeah.
my two picks, before I get into
Okay.
all your picks, is Lord of
Okay.
the Rings: Rings of Power on September 1st, which I think is
Okay.
really going to be right there for you as far as one of the major events, competing head to head, week to week with House of the Dragon, which has gotten off to such a great start. But
Mhm.
be that as it may, I'll mention my last one as far as picks for September coming up here at the back end. But I want to hear your top 5 picks on what shows, series, whether they're returning or
Okay.
debuting, your
Okay.
choice. What shows that you think people need to check out that are debuting, that are showing, or returning in September?
Okay, I'll pick a little variety here. So I know Queen Latifah has a new show that's coming on called End of the Road, and that's going to be on Netflix, and it starts on September the 9th. This movie right here that Tyler Perry has created has been getting a lot of buzz. They said it's nothing like all those other movies that he makes, that this one is a really good one. It's called A Jazz Man's Blues. It's going to be coming on September the 23rd, the day before my birthday. And that's going to be on Netflix. And then I'm also interested in, again, another crime and murder show by J.J. Abrams that's going to be called Lou, and it's a crime mystery, comes out also on September the 23rd. Now, if we
Mhm.
mix it up and we go to ABC TV fall lineup, you've got the Connors, you've got the Goldbergs, you got the Bachelor in Paradise, you've got the Rookie. So there's quite a few shows that are going to be there. Big Brother, Survivor, and they've got them. The time frames that they come on. The Equalizer. I think Queen Latifah is really doing good in that show. I rejected it a little bit because I'm so used to Denzel playing that role, but I think it's because I like her.
I think he's coming back for one more.
Yeah, but I like it. I like her. So
Okay.
when we go
Wouldn't that
over
be
to,
great though if in the final Equalizer, which I think might be the final
if they
Equalizer that
brought
he
him
does,
back,
it
right?
but if they put
Oh,
them together, if
it
they
would be
put them
so good.
together, there
It
you
would be
go.
so
We got
good.
to be movie
All right.
executives. I think that's what
Yeah.
we got to be. We got to go talk to one of these movie studios.
Exactly. And tell them if you don't do that, you might not be able to recover. But if they bring Denzel, they may get a whole new boost.
Yep, yeah, be on the TV show one week and then debut. Have Queen Latifah migrate over to the movie and help
Exactly.
get some bad guys in the movie.
I think Denzel would do it. He seems like he'd be a team player. Now on CBS, we have season 4, of course, of CSI Vegas. And then you have returning is also the neighborhood season 5, and I
Hmm.
think that's going to be the final one, right?
From what I hear,
Because
that could
we
possibly
talked, yeah, because we talked about that on one of the shows. So that one will
yes.
be coming back for its. And then look, Young Sheldon is going to have a season 7, so I thought that was kind of cool
Well, with
a,
Young Sheldon
to have
now,
a.
though, a lot of the limelight has faded away from Young
I
Sheldon. It
know,
still has its audience, but people are
I
now
know.
attaching itself as far as CBS comedies in the form of Ghosts, which has really garnered a
Hmm.
lot of interest out there.
Yeah, yeah. Now, August the 31st, you have Stargirl that's coming back. Did you ever get into Stargirl?
No, I did not as of yet. I've heard of
Okay,
it. Heard good things about it so far.
okay. In October the 2nd, Family Law. And then October the 5th, Kung Fu. So you've got a pretty good lineup all the way through October. I didn't see anything that I was just like, oh, I can't wait to see it. I just didn't, other than Only Murders, getting into that one, there's nothing that I was just like rubbing my hands going, oh, I can't wait to see that
Well,
particular one. But
as for me, I can't say as someone who's very curious to see what's developing, who's been such a big fan over the years. Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power is something
yeah,
I'm very interested in seeing. Again, that's September 1st, and that comes at a time where early September. Okay, you're going to have to get that calendar set because
yeah,
you've got HBO putting out
yes.
their House of the Dragon, which garnered
Yes.
10 million viewers in its first episode.
Yes. First
Then you've got
episode.
also Amazon coming out with Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. On the
And that's
eighth,
gonna go crazy.
yeah, and on the 8th, you've got Disney Plus Day, which they're dumping a whole bunch of content. Because I always complain about not them not spacing out the content throughout the course of the
They
year.
heard you.
Yeah, they're putting it all out seemingly in one day on Disney Plus Day on September the 8th, which includes
Ooh.
Pinocchio, which includes Thor: Love and Thunder, which includes a
Mhm.
ton of stuff, which
Mhm.
including what we were talking about before with
Yep.
more She-Hulk and everything that's going on there. Plus, on the 9th, you got what this shows that you talked about on Netflix,
Yeah.
plus season 5 of Cobra Kai, which was moved up
I
from
saw
the end
that.
of the year. It was moved up, which I'm so excited for. This is a huge success story
Yeah.
for a series, which is the last remnants of what YouTube series. If you remember, the first season was actually put on YouTube. It was actually a YouTube original series when they were making original series, and that's the only one that's left standing. It has been a
Yeah.
big success for Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see that they actually moved it up because they
Right.
think so highly of it. And again, I'm just
Yeah.
truly happy for their success. Been a great series for me. I didn't even like the original movies, but yet somehow I've been so attracted to what this series is
New
all
life
about.
on
But
that
yeah,
one.
September
Yeah.
is loaded,
It is
absolutely
loaded.
loaded
But
with great
what do we
TV.
expect? That's the beginning coming of the fall on the 20th, the 21st is the beginning of the fall, and they don't want to disappoint us because then the people that are getting into the streaming or that are, got the regular television programming, they'll lose that audience and they're going to have even more new programming for the winter. So reel us in the fall and keep us throughout the winter to the spring because we know when you go on hiatus in the summer, you lose a big audience because people are traveling and doing things that they do and they're not concerned about TV. So you better catch me in the fall and get me interested.
And that's not even including the baseball playoffs, of course, NFL
Oh yeah.
football, college
Um.
football, which are going to be
Yeah.
garnering
Yeah.
the ratings. So, and
Yeah. Super
again, in
Bowl.
late
Yeah.
October, the NBA starting up again. So, yeah, all this is going
Wow.
on. You can see my eyes are tired. That's why I put on the glasses now. But my eyes are going to be even more tired from watching so much TV starting in early
On
September.
September 8th, when everything comes out, by September 10th, you'll be looking like this, these closed eyes.
And if I send you a picture of me with all my hair disheveled, actually my
Then I'll
brain
know
will look
why.
like it exploded. Yes,
Then
with
I'll
all the
know why.
content. Yeah. Oh
And I
my
have to
gosh.
say, the last time we spoke, we were talking about the resort that came on Peacock. And I have to
Yes.
tell you, I rather like it. And not just because my favorite actor, Dennis Haysbert, I love him so much. Not because he's in it, but just because it has rather caught my eye. When I saw the first episode, I went, ooh, another mystery. I'm one of those, I fall into that genre of people who likes mysteries. I don't so much like murder mysteries if they show too much, but if they keep the murder part a mystery, then you got me in. But the resort, it was very interesting. I kind of binge watched it one day and was like, ooh, it might have a second life. I don't know, but Pretty good on Peacock. And I don't watch a lot of programming over on Peacock, but I purposely watch that one.
Well, the thing is, in the past, previously, not a whole lot of people watched a lot of things on Peacock outside
I
of the
know.
WWE,
I
but
know.
things may be changing at Peacock. They've been the laughing stock of this show for a long
True.
time now.
Very
I've
true.
teased them on several occasions. I'm not teasing them anymore because they're below the radar. They're starting to get some series people are watching. They're starting to get some things outside the WWE that people are actually checking into. But the
Hmm.
major thing that they actually just announced is that they're going to be going ahead and they got the rights from Hulu to go ahead and showcase the NBC shows day and date right the day after they air
Hmm.
on television. So any of the NBC
Ooh.
shows that are out there that they're showcasing, for this fall premiere, if you missed it, you can check it
Yeah.
out the next day on Peacock. And that's
And
something
Gerald,
different
don't.
because Hulu had the rights for it, and now
Yeah.
they only have the rights for FX the next day.
Right.
Now it's just FX and no longer NBC for Hulu. So NBC fans, if you got a lot of shows you want to check out, you can check them
Hmm.
out the next day on
Hmm.
Peacock.
And Gerald, don't forget the Mike Tyson unauthorized biographical movie is going to be
He
coming
is
up
not
on
too
Hulu as
pleased.
well. He is not too pleased, but I don't blame him because somebody broke it down today and they said they can understand why he's not pleased because the movie that he's doing with Jamie Foxx that's supposed to come out later this year, it's going to kind of thwart that because it's going to already tell so much about him and that it's just going to cut into the profits of him doing
Well, the
his
same
own
thing. That's where
movie. But
this is a repeat of what we talked about earlier this year with Winning Time. Winning Time,
yes,
whether
yes,
people talked about it satirically or people were upset it's controversial or people saying it
yes,
stretched the truth, it already showed you quite a bit of those 80 years of Lakers, so that by the time the Magic documentary
yeah.
and this latest documentary on Hulu,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it still going to resonate the same? So it's
yeah.
dividing the audience unless
It
you're a
is.
diehard fan of those subjects like the Lakers or Mike Tyson. So that's what it really is intending to do, I think, to a lot of people out there.
And if you think about it, the Aretha Franklin movie, they did the same thing. Why can't they come together like they did the first Aretha Franklin movie? People didn't like the girl who played her, and so they kind of threw that off. Now the other one with Jennifer Hudson, everybody really likes that one. But for those who already saw the other one, they're just like, well, we don't care now because why couldn't y'all come together and do magic? And they just, I don't get it. But obviously, there was nothing Mike Tyson could do about it, is because he tried to sue them and they still went ahead and they now have the rights. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's coming this weekend or the following
Yep.
week or something, but it's
Yep.
like right around the corner.
Oh, yeah, and you'll hear
And
more from Mike Tyson. Rest assured,
yeah,
rest assured. But
yeah.
then again, Hollywood and entertainment, they always seem to get the same ideas around the same time. Hey, let's make two volcano movies right around the same time.
Oh my
Let's do
gosh.
these two Pinocchio movies around the same time.
Oh
Like this
no,
year, you got Disney
no.
Plus dropping Pinocchio. Then later this year, Benicio del Toro's Pinocchio on Netflix. So hey, let's just all do these things and have these ideas at the same
That's
time.
crazy. That's absolutely
Absolutely.
crazy.
But
But I would like to talk to all those executives out there. We know people in Hollywood are listening, right? I really would like that when movies are coming to the theater, that they would also put them on streaming for all of them. And the reason is because I did go to the movies a few weeks ago to see Nope. I regret that I did that, but I really wished it would have been on streaming as well, just simply because in the theater there was literally three of us, a husband and wife and me. And so I just really wish I think people are feeling more comfortable watching their programming from home where they
the
can cook
theater
their own
owners,
food, eat their
yeah,
own popcorn. And a lot of my theaters around me, Gerald, they still haven't reopened. We only have really one in the area that serves the food. And then we have one that doesn't serve food, but just has the popcorn. But the other four theaters that are within 5 to 10 miles of me, they're still closed down since the pandemic. So if they would just stop being um, hoarding the movies and put them on streaming, I think they could still make some resemblance of their money. Like we're gonna see what happens when this new movie with Idris Elba comes out called Beast, and I believe they said that they are
it actually came
considering.
out last week.
Oh, did they put it on streaming though? Because that was something they were
It's
considering.
going to probably go to streaming pretty soon because
Okay.
the fact it
I
finished.
mean, like when it drops at the movie on Thursday or Friday, it needs to go to streaming the same time so you can get the numbers in the first
Well,
part.
the thing is though with Beast, unfortunately, it finished number two, well behind
Um,
the latest movie from Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Super
oh
Hero.
yeah, well yeah, yeah.
Um, but the thing is, with the theater owners, they want the exclusive window in order for them to go ahead and maximize. And the thing
Sure.
is, we saw this with HBO Max when they were doing day and date for over a year, but I
Mhm.
think we've seen with the latest fallout and the financial problems that it really didn't
Mhm.
work out as well as that they hoped.
Right.
And unfortunately, we are going to see those. Well, fortunately, we are going to see those windows a little bit smaller if the movie does
I
not
hope so.
perform as well. Like Beast, I have a feeling you're
Right.
going to see on digital very soon because it did not
Real
perform
soon.
well. But if it's a
Mhm.
movie like Top Gun Maverick,
Mhm.
we still don't see it on digital, or we're just getting rumors of when it's going to be on digital, or we're just starting to get glimpses of it's going to come to digital, but that's
Mhm.
after it's been out for months and months. It's going to
Mhm.
depend on the actual movie success at the box office. If it's a
Yeah.
like the next Avatar movie coming out later this year, that one you're not going to see on Disney Plus for a while, simply because of the fact that they want to go ahead and make all the money that they can at the movie theaters.
They've waited so long that
As we talked about
honestly,
before the show, it's
I
always
don't
about the money.
care. I just don't even care. They waited so long. I'm just
But
like,
oh, go ahead.
come on. I'm just like, come on. Why did they wait so long? I don't even care anymore about that one.
But it's been a
But it's
great time
interesting.
talking to you as always, my
Thank you
friend.
so
But
much.
before we head on out, you got to go ahead and give everybody an update out there on your tremendous show, the Mother
Mhm.
Daughter Ish podcast. What are you two up to? And where can people check out everything that you do on that awesome show?
Thank you so much, Gerald. So on Instagram, we're mother daughter ish underscore. On YouTube, we're mother daughter ish, ISH at the end. And we have been having a ball. September 1st is going to be our 1 year podcasting. We finally are getting some great traction on our Instagram page. I think we're sitting at about 18,500 people. We're now up
Awesome.
to almost
Congratulations.
3,000. Yeah, we're almost up to 3,000 people on YouTube subscribers. We have been marketing and marketing and going everywhere. We've been to business expos. We've been doing a lot. So September 1st is our 1 year anniversary, and we are going to celebrate and celebrate in this studio and just do some fun things. September, I do have a series coming up, and my series is Wonderful Women. And so I have been interviewing wonderful women that are doing amazing things all around the globe from the UK to Texas and everywhere else. And then I'm also going to be celebrating the podcast for my birthday. I'll be in Oaxaca, Mexico. So I'll be there for 2 weeks, and I'll be celebrating and talking about the excitement of, podcasting for a year and where we're going beyond here, because we've got some really major ideas of what we want to do with the podcast, possibly even going over to Roku or something like that, with adding that as a piece of it. But we want to just expand this podcast, and we're really having a great time. So for those who would like to hear what we are talking about, we are on YouTube at Mother Daughter Ish and Instagram Mother Daughter Ish underscore.
There you go, indeed. Please go ahead and support this awesome podcast today. She and her daughter have got a lot of stuff going down at that great
Mhm.
podcast. You need to go ahead and subscribe today, the Mother Daughter Ish
Thank
podcast.
you.
Well, Dawn, we'll see the aftermath when we go ahead and meet next, probably late September, early
Hmm.
October, because
Hmm.
it's going to be I don't know. You and I both from all the TV. We're probably going to have to like get some like maybe ice bags for our
Ice
eyes
packs
from
right,
all the. Yeah,
right
I
before we
may
come
have.
on.
Yeah, or like the old cartoons used to put the steak over your eyes. You know
Oh
that?
yeah,
Yeah, the raw steak.
to hold up
Yes,
the.
I may have to do
Wow,
that because I'll be seeing so much television next month. I'm warming up for it now, but it's been
but
a
it's gonna be
tremendous time
fun.
talking to
It's
you.
gonna be fun watching all those programs and seeing what we think about it. It'll be
It
fun.
it'll be fun, and I definitely want to hear your thoughts. And remember, October is still going to debut a lot of great shows too. So we'll
I
definitely be talking.
know, I know.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
the fun never ends. I'm glad you had some relaxing time off.
Thank
Back to
you.
TV watching. It's time once again. The fall TV season is here, and there's no better person in the world to cover it than Don Fobbs, the Mother Daughter Ish podcast. And Don, just truly great and truly blessed to have you here. Truly
Thank you.
thankful that you are part of what we're doing here at the
I'm
Pop
excited.
Culture
Thank you for allowing.
Cosmos.